Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support truly matters. Leia had always believed that winning an argument meant winning respect. No matter how small the disagreement, she needed the final word, clean, sharp, undeniable. That night, frustration tightened around her chest, and her thoughts raced faster than her restraint could keep up. Her voice grew cold. Her words spilled without mercy. You talk too much for someone who's supposed to be a man. No wonder you always fall short. The sentence landed harder than she intended. The room didn't erupt with shouting. There was no slammed door, no raised voice. Instead, something far heavier settled between them. Marcus went still. His jaw clenched. His hand curled slowly at his side. His eyes darkened, not with rage but with something deeper, quieter, and far more dangerous. Humiliation. A pain so raw Leia hadn't even known it existed. He didn't defend himself. He didn't argue. He didn't look at her again. He simply turned and walked away. Leia stood there, waiting for the explosion she'd grown used to. She expected anger, accusations, retaliation, anything. But none of it came. Only silence. Long, sharp, unforgiving silence that cut deeper than any argument ever had. That night, Marcus didn't come back to their bed. Leia told herself he'd return once emotions cooled, that by morning things would feel normal again. Morning came. His side of the bed remained untouched. Panic crept in. She searched the house and found him in the spare room, sitting rigidly at the edge of the mattress, staring at the floor as if it held answers she couldn't see. "Marcus," she said softly. "Nothing." She asked why he was there. If he was still upset. If he would come back to their room. When he finally spoke, his voice was low and fragile, empty of anger, emptied of strength. Days passed like this. He avoided rooms she entered. He flinched from her touch. He answered questions with silence. What had once been conflict transformed into something colder, the slow collapse of connection. Leia tried everything. She cooked his favorite meals. She left handwritten notes. She joked, teased, reminded him of better days. Nothing reached him. Then understanding struck her like a blow. She had always believed that fighting meant caring. That passion, even ugly passion, proved love still lived between them. But this wasn't a fight. This was absence. This silence was the sound of something breaking beyond repair. What Leia didn't fully understand was that Marcus had been carrying wounds long before she ever entered his life. As a teenager, he'd been mocked relentlessly. A cruel rumor in high school had followed him for years, branding him with shame he could never fully erase. He still remembered the blank stare of the girl he loved back then, the way she looked through him as if he had never mattered. Adulthood brought no mercy. A former partner betrayed him without remorse. When he confronted her, she didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She shrugged and said the words that haunted him ever since. "You're not enough." From that moment on, Marcus built walls around his pain, convincing himself he was whole. Then Leia came into his life. With her, he felt glimpses of healing, of completeness. He believed the past had finally loosened its grip. Until that night. "You talk too much for a man. No wonder you fall short." One careless sentence dragged him back through every corridor of humiliation he had ever walked. And this time, the blow didn't come from strangers or past lovers. It came from the woman he trusted most. For the first time in their marriage, Marcus wondered if he would ever see Leia the same way again. Weeks passed. Leia apologized until her voice cracked. She pleaded, reached, tried to laugh away the distance. But every attempt echoed against the hollow shell he had become. One evening she found him packing. Clothes were folded neatly into a suitcase. Her breath caught. "Are you leaving?" she whispered. He didn't look up right away. When he finally did, his expression was calm, but resolute. "I don't know if I can move past this." Tears spilled despite her pride. "I love you," she said, shaking. "I made a mistake. Tell me what to do." Something flickered in his eyes, not forgiveness, not relief, but hesitation. "You can't take the words back," he said quietly. "And I can't unhear them." Her heart sank. Then he added, "But maybe I'm not ready to leave." Not yet. It wasn't a promise. It wasn't forgiveness. But it was enough to stay. That night, Marcus remained. The distance lingered. The scars stayed. Healing would be slow, if it came at all. And Leia finally learned the truth. Love isn't about winning. It isn't about being right. It's about understanding how deeply words can wound, and whether two people are willing to survive what's left behind. If this story moved you, please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Your support, likes, and comments mean more than you know.